Hello everybody and welcome to my channel again. This is Joel from Mountains for Everybody site. Today I want to say a few words about my tour to Cime di Val Loga. So these, the word Cime means two of them actually. So this is a part of my activity in September, a few weeks ago. I went to Montespluga and Spluga Pass area where I climbed several mountains. All of them are over 3000 meters, and visited some of bivouacs that are there and that are always open. So Cime di Val Loga was my 2-day tours. I made it 2-day. Because I wanted to spend a night in Bivacco Val Loga, which you can see here in this top picture in the post. I have a separate text about Bivacco Val Loga with the title "Sleeping Above Clouds," and this literally meant sleeping above clouds because, as you see here, the sky was clear when I arrived, but in the morning I will show you how it looked when I got up. This is Val Chiavena. Chiavena city is below, under the clouds, and the Lombardia is in the distance. So as you see, what happens here is that clouds come and cover all the valley, so clouds are around, let's say, 2000 meters or so, and the area where this bivouac is located is almost 2800. So this was indeed sleeping above clouds. I made it on purpose, as I said, a 2-day tour, and spent a night in the bivouac, and then in the morning I continued to the summit, which you see here. Of course, this can be done as a day tour. You don't have to stay in the bivouac. You start from Montespluga, which is a small village below Spluga Pass, and you have a beautiful lake there. The village is small. There are nothing to buy. If you need food, you have to go to Campo Dolcino and Madesimo. I have been in both of these places. Later I actually used the camping, which is in Campo Dolcino, and this place is actually better regarding shops. There are more of them and they are better equipped. So, but again, you can go to any of them. So the Cime di Val Loga belong to a chain of peaks that are on the border between Italy and Switzerland. And here I have an interactive map to show you the area a little bit. So this is Spluga Pass, where I stayed 2 nights in the car. I slept there 2 nights, and then Montespluga, the village, where I also stayed 2 nights in the car. There is a parking directly in the village. It's free parking, so I was staying there, and then I made the tour to Bivacco Val Loga, and in the morning continued to Cime di Val Loga. So Cime, these are 2 peaks, 3003 and 3004 meters, quite high, but in this environment they are not so prominent because you have Piso Tambo, which is close to 3300 meters, and I climbed it from Spluga Pass just the day before that. And there is also Piso Ferre, which is a glaciated peak. I mean, the route that goes there goes over glacier, so I didn't want to go because I was solo, and the glacier is not big, but it is with lots of crevasses. And then the border continues. You have Piso Quadro more to the south, which is again over 3000 meters, and I climbed it as well. So normally people decide to climb Piso Tambo, which is more attractive. You will see some pictures here, and also of course Piso Ferre, because it is a glacier tour. But I decided from the beginning that I wouldn't go there because of the glacier, and then I would have to carry crampons, and it's still not a good idea to go in such an area solo. So I went to Cime di Val Loga, but the main attraction of the tour was, of course, Bivacco itself. You start from Montespluga village, as I said, and this is what you have in front of you. Beautiful valley. This is Val Loga. That's hence the name, the Cime di Val Loga. And you have this water stream, so you go on the left side here, and the Cime, two of them, the peaks are actually these, and the Bivacco is just below them. It's practically visible all the time when you walk up. This is a simple walk-up tour, but elevation is high, of course. It's 3,000 meters in the end, and you feel it. There are no exposed sections, no fixed cables or something like that, so you don't need any specific equipment, just a pair of good, comfortable hiking boots. And this is what you see after, let's say, 3 hours of walking. This is Bivacco. As I said, I have it described in my separate post in detail. And here I stayed overnight. There are 9 beds inside with blankets, pillows, and so on. But I had my sleeping bag with me. And then in the morning I continued, and this is Piso Tambo, which I mentioned. It is almost 3,300 meters, a higher peak, impressive. And the area which this picture shows actually is close to the place where you have to decide which peak you plan to climb, the north one or the south one. The difference is only 1 meter, so it's up to you. This is the north peak. It didn't look so attractive to me, so I continued to the south peak, which is, I think, 1 meter lower, but it is more beautiful. And this is view back. It's the picture here is small, but you cannot see, but this is actually the Bivacco, and Montespluga village is here under the clouds. So on my way up I was walking this way, and then this is now the part towards the summits. And I can tell you the route all the way to the Bivacco is marked. It's easy to find, but when you go up, there are no marks at all. Only around 10 minutes you follow the route that goes to Piso Ferre, so this is marked. But then you have to switch to go to the right up the mountain, and then there are only a few cairns. But if you go higher, there is nothing. So I tried over these slabs, but they are quite steep, much steeper than what you see in the picture, and I still didn't know where to go. And actually, this is the route. It goes over a lot of unstable rock. It's quite steep and not so pleasant. But after I think 1 hour and 20 minutes starting from Bivacco, this is what I had in front of me, a beautiful summit with a cairn on it, and this is Piso Tambo, so this is view in the direction of north. And here I stayed for 1 hour or so. I had my morning coffee here. This is my sport version of Bialetti mocha pot, and I had breakfast. Enjoyed the views. As you see, the sky was beautiful, clear, the weather is great, and this is the view in the direction of Piso Ferre. And as you see, there is a small glacier. It doesn't look so complicated, but again there are many crevasses here, and the route goes actually in here over those crevasses, so that's why I didn't plan to go there at all, although I had all equipment for glacier in the car. And then I descended to Bivacco again and stayed a few hours, prepared my lunch. I had some pasta and cooked it, and I just rested for quite some time, and then descended following the other valley, which you can see here in the map. So you see this is the yellow line, and it turned out to be much longer route, and the problem was actually that the clouds were there. You will see how it looked as I was approaching the valley. So clouds are here, and then this is the moment just when I entered the clouds, and after that it was quite dark, everything was wet, maximum humidity, and it wasn't easy to find the route, because it seems not many people use this direction, and finding the route is not so easy in any case, I would say, but especially when you are in cloud. But anyway, it was all okay. So I was back at the car in the evening, and then I stayed the night there and so on. So this is a non-technical route. Everybody can do this, I would say, but below the summit it's a bit tricky to find actually the route, so be careful if you go there. And yeah, that is all I wanted to say about water. In the lower part of the route there are waterfalls, as you have seen in the pictures. Then very close to the bivouac there is also water flow. I never drink water directly, so I had my water filter with me, of course, and I filtered it. Regarding the food, I already said, this is Madesimo and Campodolcino. So this is all. Thank you for watching, and please take a second and like my video and subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day.